And you'll also probably see way more giant wrap parties going on where people are bringing different teams. So I know myself and Gemma Bateman-Harlow do a few in Norwich, and we've combined teams and we do giant wrap parties now. And you'll see more and more of those happening, and you can do those as well, where you have a few distributors doing bigger wrap parties and bringing more people together in a venue. So we're going to talk about both of those today. So Gemma, I know you have a great story to share around wrap parties and how you got into them and what happened. So do you want to share your story?
Yes, hello. So I did my first wrap party in my second week in the business. I did not have a clue what I was doing. I actually drove 3 hours to this wrap party. It was nowhere near me. I didn't know what I was doing, and it was absolutely awful because I just literally was there with a load of photos going, so you put it on like this and just this. That's about it. I had some other instructions that I went through, and no one bought anything. They were just like, okay, thanks, bye. And I drove all the way home, cried my eyes out, and thought, I'm never doing a party again. But I did carry on doing parties. I did a couple more. And then I went to an event that Louise Harris was running in Norwich, and I thought, I need to find out how people actually do this. So I went along and listened to the party pad for the first time. I didn't even know the party pad existed. And I thought, I need to do that. That is what I need to do. So I went away from that, thank you very much, Louise. Started using the party pad, which I now carry around in my handbag. And I can do it anytime I want.
I love that. And Lizzie, I know you've got a story too, because you, like me, there was no way I ever planned on doing wrap parties, and I know you didn't either. So do you want to share your story around that?
Yes, hello. Yeah, I didn't join this business to do wrap parties because I thought, no, I'm not a selling person. Obviously now I've learned you don't have to sell, you just have to tell. And so I was like, no, I'm not doing wrap parties. I can't do that. And then my sister-in-law, she literally was like a stone's throw away from my house, said, oh, can you just bring your products around? People want to know. I was like, oh no, I really don't want to. And I was so nervous. And I quickly looked through the party pad. I didn't print it off, I just looked through it. And I thought, oh, okay, I'll go and do it. Well, I had so much fun. Because I'm a stay-at-home mum. So my husband works shifts. And when I started this business, my daughter was only 6 months old. So I couldn't, in my head, there was no way I could get out of the house and do this sort of stuff. Well, I got out of the house and I spoke to adults, and I wasn't talking about babies, and we got onto the subject of, I think Strictly Come Dancing was on the telly as well, and I was like, oh my god, this is just amazing, I am doing this. Whether I sell anything or not, I'm doing this. And I walked away with £200 cash.
Woo. I love that. And that's one thing that you can really get from a wrap party. I know there's some girls in the audience here that have done facial parties and walked away after an hour and a half work with over £200, and Lizzie did it too. So if you wanted to make wrap cash, parties are a really great way to make extra money. So Fiona, I know that you're super hot on parties as you meet people. Do you want to talk about what you do and how you get people started?
Yeah, I think that, hello, Amy. I think that it's one of the most important things when you join the business is that you launch it in the right way. You build the excitement, and the best way to do that is to get on your Facebook, if that's how you're running your business, get that event up and running, invite as many people as you can, tell them how excited you are about your new business that you've got. You'd like people to come and support you, and let you show them this amazing wrap and crazy products that we've got that go along with it. And I think that it really is, it's so important for a new distributor. It will boost your business and rocket you on your way straight to being able to get commission qualified, fast start qualified, and go for that Ruby bonus.
I love that, and it is really important. And I know Helene, I never say it. I've been practicing her name all day. Helen with an E, Helene. Helene, you can say it so many ways, but I'll get it right by the end of the day. She went diamond in 3 months, so give her a round of applause. And that parties were a fundamental part of you doing diamonds in 3 months, weren't they? So do you want to just talk about that?
Yes, what I did, I called all my friends, told them you have to come and see something amazing. So I just called all my friends, I invited them for the event, and I just told them, yeah, let's go buy this. So it went really fast, and because of showing the excitement, people want to follow you. If they can see that you really have your heart in this, they want to be a part of it. So that's basically what I did.
Yeah, I love that. How many of you have tried parties and thought, I failed, they didn't work, so I'm not going to do parties? How many of you in the room that think they've tried it, didn't succeed, didn't do too well? A few too scared to put their hands up? That was me. My launch party, I'll never forget this. My upline was in Canada, and she was like, you just need to do a launch party, Louise. And I was like, right, okay. And on the day, I'm like, I've invited people on Facebook, didn't really know what I was doing. I told everyone to come along. And then I rang her at like 6 o'clock going, I've got my launch party tonight, what do I do? So she tells me again, you need to go through the party pad. And I'm still like, what's a party pad? So I'm trying to get my room ready and figure out what I was doing. And it got to like 7:30 and no one came. And I was sat there in my living room and I kept thinking, is the doorbell broken? So I kept going to my front door and having a look and no one came. And this went on till about 8 o'clock, until I realised no one was actually coming. So I sat there like Billy, no mates at home, and I just thought, I've got two options. I can either tell everyone that nobody came, or I can just do something for the next hour and a half, which means I'm not on social media and no one knows and everyone thinks that I'm doing a wrap party, and that's what I did. So I didn't cancel my event on Facebook. I didn't go on Facebook for an hour and a half. Instead, I put a really funny movie on and I laughed my head off for about an hour and a half. And then at 10 o'clock at night, I went, what a hilarious evening, or sort of how much fun I'd had. And I didn't say at the wrap party, people just assumed I did a wrap party, which I thought was quite funny because I didn't lie, I just said I had a great night, which I did. So then everyone wanted to know what they'd missed. So all these people that I'd invited then actually wanted to know more. So if you've had a party and no one turned up, never cancel it on Facebook. Never tell anybody that nobody came. Go do something fun for an hour and a half. Tell everyone you had a great night and swear to God they'll want to know what you did. And then you can share some before and after pictures of people that you wrapped that week, because again, they don't know whether that was at the party or not. Because you just say, did you want to see some before and after pictures? They're like, yeah. But you didn't say of my wrap party, so technically you're not lying, you're just sharing the results that you had and they want to know more. So it's that whole thing of, if I went on my first experience and, kind of went, I tried a wrap party, it didn't work, they're not my thing. I would never be doing wrap parties now, and I'd never be signing the amount of people that I do. So it's that whole thing that, if at first you don't succeed, just try and try again. Keep doing them and finding a way where parties do work for you, because you will get success from them. So let's get into the 5 fundamentals of a wrap party then. So the first step there that you've got there, then getting the party started and wrap cash. So Gemma, what do you do to get the party started and get the wrap cash?
So I packed my bag, ready to go. I put in it my products, I put in the party pad, I put in it, we were talking about this, the diffuser, set up the diffuser. I personally don't let them have a choice which oil goes in the diffuser. I always put Boom on. I know some people give choices, don't they? And I also take product catalogues with loyal customer forms and distributor forms. I get a wrap on whoever's having, if the host is having the free wrap, I get the wrap on them first, so that even when they're answering the door, they can say, oh, I've got it on. And so I set up my products, and I always sit on the floor as well, ready. Obviously greet people, but I sit on the floor when I'm doing my presentation. If you're doing an event, you can have a tanning tent set up, so that people, if they want a bit of privacy, they can go into the tanning tent and they can have that done there. And I also ask the host, do they have another room where we can go if people want to wrap in private? So I make sure that there's another room. That's about it, how I get it started.
And then in terms of wrap cash, so I know all of us kind of do it differently. So what do you do with wrap cash for those that are paying for the wraps?
So I always try and get the wrap on them as soon as I possibly can, because I've made the mistake of sort of getting into discussion about what the wraps do and what halfway through the party pad, you're like, oh, does anyone want a wrap, by the way? Can I get a wrap on anyone? and then you've got another 45 minutes after that. So try and get the wrap on people as soon as possible, and I do ask for the payment there and then, if they are wrapping there and then.
Cool. And I know a few, the rest of you don't take the cash at the start, you do it differently. Fiona, I know you were talking about that.
Yeah, I know. I think it just depends sometimes on the audience that you have, and how comfortable you feel with it. I feel more comfortable with going through the presentation and taking any money for wraps at the end rather than at the beginning. But I think through our discussions we've worked out that there's no wrong answer. There's no right answer. It's just what works for you.
Yeah, for sure. And I know we were on the Zoom the other night and we were having long conversations about, what do you guys do? And obviously it's like step one, take the cash. And I remember I was at a conference in Florida and one of the Ambassador Diamonds stood up and was sharing that they take the money at the start and why they do that. And I tried that and it did really work for me. But again, it's about finding what works for you guys. And I know, for me personally, I feel that once I took the £20 or the £25 from somebody and exchanged it for the wrap, then they've kind of got something physical in their hand that they take to the wrap room. Which I think really works. Then by the time you get to being a loyal customer or a distributor, they've forgotten that they've actually paid you that money because it's been and gone and you've had so much fun in that hour that it's almost that transaction's gone. Whereas I kind of feel like if I'm taking the £25 at the end, that now I'm going to ask them for another £57 or another £90 or whatever else. But again, it's about what you're comfortable with. So that's personally what I do. All right, so the wrap room then. So Lizzie, talk to us about what you do in the wrap room with the before and after pictures and getting the wrap on.
So I'm quite similar to just that bag and go. Having a wrap party is so easy that you don't really do anything special that I think. I think I literally just turn up and say, right, where do you want my stuff? That's my wrap table there, so that's how I kind of normally make it look. I add some sparkly bits to make it look really pretty. And I do ask the host what smell they want in the diffuser. Again, we do it all differently. There's no right or wrong way of doing it. I don't have a photo album. I have a laptop that I put where the box is on the table is normally my laptop, and I have a slideshow of before and after photos going through. So as people are coming in, instead of kind of just sitting there and waiting, they can see all the photos, and that brings up conversations. Like literally, I probably didn't even have to do the party pad. Sometimes that itself is the party pad because it's physically showing them, and they're going, "Oh my God, is that real?" I'm like, "Yeah," and then I go, "Oh, that's me," and "Oh, that's my husband," and then somebody once said to me, "Oh, you know that big guy on the phone on the screen?" I said, "Yes, that's my husband." I was like, "No, he is big. That's why I wrapped him." So yeah, I have my personal photos there because again, it means a lot more if it's your physical things right there and then. And yeah, it's easy. You just turn up, show them your stuff. I babble on for a little bit. I'm quite honest with it as well. I say, this is really good, and you can buy it. It's amazing. I can use this, I use my big knickers. Fab wrap is fab, obviously that's why we sell it, but you can use big knickers, and that kind of makes them like a bit of a joke behind it. It's like, oh yeah, you put your Jones knickers, and you just kind of be honest. And I don't like greens, but now I do, because I've done it with apple juice. But I always say, to be honest, I can't stand the taste of greens. It's really, really good for you. If you put it with apple juice, it's nice, but what do you think? And then I pass it round. So again, that brings up conversations, and everyone likes it because I'm going, "Oh my God, I don't like it," and then they're like, "Oh, it's quite good." So yeah, it's just simple. Just go and chat.
And you do get them wrapped. So in terms of the wrap room, we were all having a conversation about this. Of what do you do? Some people take everyone to the toilet and wrap them, or to a bedroom or somewhere private, and some people take them into the kitchen, or they're happy all getting wrapped together. But again, it's about speaking to your host and knowing where you're going to wrap people up front, so you have that conversation, and even kind of coaching the hostess before the party so that they can reassure their friends that they don't have to, get naked in front of everybody and whatever, that they can get wrapped in private. And I think that's sometimes why people don't come to parties, because they think they're going to have to get dressed in front of everybody. So we make sure. Go on, Gemma.
Oh, I was just about to say, what I tend to do is people make an event on Facebook. I always say, add me in that. So I'm either in there as an invite or admin, and then I put on their photos. I'm doing one at the minute, in next week actually. So I put photos in there and a little joke like, this is our wrap, not this one, and stuff like that, so people again know what to expect. Because I've had people going, oh my god, am I going to get naked? I'm like, well, you can do if you want, but not really.
Completely forgotten what I was going to say. I always ask them where they want to do the party, but I also say, do you want to be wrapped in private or don't you? I always make sure that I've told them beforehand that they don't have to be wrapped in front of everybody. But actually, I've had people, once I get there, they've gone, oh right, we'll just do it here then, that's fine. And they're like getting their bellies out all in the kitchen. So things can change when you get there, so I don't ever have like a rigid structure.
Cool, you keep the mic, because you're next.
Yeah.
So we've got step one, get the party started, wrap room, and then we go to the party pad. And this is where we do go through the party pad slides, which all of you can download and print out and save on your phone and do all that good stuff. And product sampling and going through the steps to success. And Gemma shared earlier, before she came to a giant wrap party, and I remember saying that, you know, you kind of see the same thing at any party you go, at any one team mission, you get the same presentation. She's looking at me gone out like, no you don't. And she shared with me when we were doing a Zoom about this panel that she was all over the place and she didn't have a clue what she was really saying at a party. So how's the party pad helped you, and what do you do in terms of the product sampling and going through the steps to success?
So without the party pad, hand on heart, I'll be going off on a tangent left, right and centre. This keeps me on track. It keeps it short as well, because I've had wrap parties and I haven't got out for 3 hours afterwards because I'm still speaking to them about this, that and the other, getting all excited. So this just keeps it simple. But also, I think I saw this on I think it was a Periscope actually from an American distributor. And she said, you've got to think that there's going to be people in that room who potentially might want to join your business. So if you think, look, you look like the font of all knowledge and you've memorised everything, then they're like, there's no way I can do that. Whereas if I just put this up, and you might not be able to see, but I've actually got notes on the back. So I hold this up, and then I sometimes look, yeah, okay, and the questions are on there, like, how does it feel? Is it tingly? Okay, next one. Yeah, and I make it really, really simple now, so it looks like I kind of don't really know what I'm doing, but I go through this party pad and I read from it, so it turns and turns, it reduces appearance of cellulite. It makes it look what I'm doing is really, really simple. So I go through the first 3, and then I get to the loyal customer bit, and that's when I start to introduce the rest of the products. So I have the products already out. I'll generally choose about 3 of my favourite products and send like the defining gel round, the lip and eye cream, and say that they can test them all out. Because as Louise said, we are a show business, not a tell business. So if you can actually show them a product, we're not scamming anyone, we have a product, you can put it on your skin and it does this, then they just get more information, they get to see, feel it, smell it. And that's when I bring out my product catalogue. So I didn't give them a product catalogue or show them anything at the beginning. I bring it out at the loyal customer bit and say, all of our products are in here, so you can have a look through there. I've got before and after pictures in an album. And then I say, so then you can save 40% as a loyal customer, or there is another option for anybody who's interested, and that's when I then go through the steps to success on if they know anybody else who might be interested in this product.
I love that. And so many people, how many people truthfully go through that last section? That do you want to be a distributor? I had a few people in my team once, they were like, I can get loyal customers, but I can't get distributors. And I went to one of their parties and they did the party pad and they started talking about loyal customers and then they put the party pad down. And I'm like, what are you doing? Get it out. And so then I started saying, who wants to know how they can make money? And went through the 3 steps and they went, I never do that. Well, you're probably not going to sign any distributors if you don't go through that bit.
I didn't. We had a huge, Karen's in the audience, we had a huge salon party. She had 18 people there. We wrapped every single one of them. And I completely didn't tell them about the distributor option because I wasn't confident enough to do it at that point. And I probably missed a huge opportunity there. So please make sure you go through the distributor option.
Definitely. And the other thing Gemma was talking about with the product catalogues, when we're going through the party pad, I took this from, I think it was Mackenzie Schultz in America, and she was sharing about how people circle the products that they like. And then when you get into the loyal customer option of actually saying how many of you have got 3 products that you like, and it's so much easier then to be able to share about the loyal customer program because they've already decided they want the product because they've circled it. And once they've circled it, it's almost like I'm going to get that. And then when you share how they can save 40%, it's just so much easier. So that's that. So Fiona, I know Fiona's like really hot on skincare, and I know a lot of people probably just do wrap parties and get those wraps on people. Fiona and her team get lots of BV in from skincare, and I'm sure majority of people in this room would like their BV to be higher. Is that fair to say? Yeah, when people get on our skincare, they tend to keep reordering, and I know you get some really big orders. So do you want to share how you do that within the party pad and how you get so many skincare orders?
Yeah, I think when I joined It-Works, it was as a customer all about the wrap, and I think that as our signature product is the wrap, we tend to always go towards the wrap, and it's all about the wrap. What I then realised through time and using the products was how much I love the skincare. And it's been great today to come and see how we've really promoted and tried to teach people more about the products that we have. Now, basically what I worked out, and many of you might find this already, getting wrap loyals is great. Right? But if you're anything like me, you go back to them after 3 months and you'll say, hey, how are you getting on? How's it going? And they'll go, I've still got 5 left. I've still got 6 left. Just stop that auto shipment for me just right now. I'll get back to you. And they do when the bog offs come on or when Christmas or holidays are coming up. But what I quickly worked out is that skincare loyals are consistent, because if you can get them using the skincare products, then they'll keep using the skincare products. So I very quickly started to realise that when we were doing wrap parties, so to speak, that I allowed a certain amount of time, a lot of time actually, to also probably go through the skincare products, do a demo, learn about them. Primarily it's important that you use the products, so you can tell people how they feel. You can tell people what they're like. Get those products and pass them around. Let them feel the defining gel on the back of one hand compared to the other hand. Let them, do the demo with a bit of exfoliating peel. Even have some fun and put a facial wrap on someone. It just brings a bit of humour and fun to it. And I can guarantee if you work your way through all the products, you've passed them round, you've showed them the result pictures as you go, by the end of the night, they will have at least 3, 4, 5 products that they would like to try, including the wrap. So that's what makes a great loyal. And yeah, that's, I would say.
Yeah, I love that. And it is really remembering the products that we have. We're not just about the wrap, we have some really great products. So yeah, for sure. All right, so step 4, unwrap, so the after pictures and sharing the results. Lizzie, do you want to share quickly what you do on that stage?
I have a collage app on my phone. There's loads of different apps you can get, but I have one on there. So when I've wrapped people, and like the lady said before with the lip and eye, people use it, like I pass them around like yourself, and then I take photos on my phone and then just collage them and then send my photo around my phone round, and it's that simple. And then it's literally, they've physically seen that happen right in front of their eyes. Yeah, simple like that.
And some people now are taking the before and after picture disclaimer forms with them so that they can get those pictures corporate approved right away as well. So if you're at a party and you've got before and after pictures there and then, it's really easy to get the customer to sign to say we can use them, and then get them corporate approved, which is quite cool. All right, and then step 5, securing the sale. And we've got a superstar at this. So in terms of, do you want to be a loyal customer or distributor? So Helena is going to share her tips around this.
All right. Actually, you can close the sale before you even start it. You can just wrap the host before. Go to her 1 week before the event. Show her the products, tell her about the products, and then when she invites the people, she's so excited already. So what we do when we come to the party, we all hand out these for everybody. We leave this on the table, and there's some papers people can sign in. and then they already, we just leave it at each person with the papers, and nobody wants to give something back without signing anything. So we just leave this. This is following the person the whole evening. So when we go to the wrapping, we go maybe some private. I take this with me, and I'm writing down, and I'm looking at her skin. We're talking about what is good for her and what I would tell her to do. And then I make a little cross. I said, this will be good for you. You could do this. Or we have this secret conversation about her skin or what problems she has. Maybe I ask her, you have kids? Do you have some problems with the skin or whatever? And then I'm having this secret sort of talk with her. And then afterwards, when the evening is after presenting all the other products, I give them the choice. Do you want 4 treatments or 8 treatments? I don't say the Wrap Pack 2 or 3. I'm just telling would you like 4 treatments or 8 treatments and the golden gel. So actually they just say, okay, I'll take the Wrap Pack 3 because I want 8 treatments. So it's very easy.
I love that. And it's making it so simple rather than complicating it. So I really, really love that. So that's the Wrap Party fundamentals, and we've just got some real quick tips to finish off. So in terms of getting wrap parties, Fiona, I know you had a party which was ran like a party, although you didn't wrap everybody, but you signed tons of loyal customers and distributors that day and had 100 people in the room. So do you want to share that?
Yeah, sometimes you're always trying to think outside the box, and sometimes you just need to kind of reach for the stars. And basically, what happened was one of my distributors, Becky, unfortunately had gone through breast cancer and had the whole shebang, the whole double mastectomy and hysterectomy, and then she now has that BRCA gene, like your Angelina Jolie thing. So she was a fantastic customer because of hair, skin, nails and things like that through her treatment or after her treatment to get her hair back, and she eventually became a distributor. But she was so passionate about the products that she was sharing, but she was also passionate obviously about her charity. So what we decided to do is figure out how can we combine that. So what we did was we hired a hotel out. We did a Wrap Girls afternoon tea, and we did it in aid of Breast Cancer Now. So we sold out within 2 days. We sold 100 tickets. So we then realised that we had 100 guaranteed bums on seats. So our aim was, 1, was to make some money for charity, but 2, it was also to be able to share her story, what these products did for her, what they can do for other people. And that's what we did. We did a giant wrap party. Now, we learned a lot from it, because like what you've said, sometimes, you don't think about things. We let those 100 people leave, and I never even thought to get their names and addresses. So the follow-up, I had to go, but what happened? I did get it, eventually. It just took a lot of time. To the people who bought the tables, I then had to go to them to get the names, the addresses, so that I was then able to follow up. But we had a big tent. We were able to wrap people on the day. We had a huge big stall that people could come and see the products and stuff like that. And yeah, we on top of raising £1,700, eating cakes all day, we got a hell of a load of loyals and distributors that day. So
That's good. So really great day. I love that. Helene, we talked about how you get wrap parties, and you shared something about competitions. So do you want to share what you're doing?
Yes, what we do in my team, we make as a competition that people can win a wrap party instead of me getting it. It's like people, they always love to win. If they get something for free, it's not that exciting. But if you make a competition and people that can, like we do, is that we put it on Facebook that if you would like to win a wrap party, you can get your treatment for free, but you have to bring 5 friends. How many would like to have this? Just say yes or no. And a lot of people, they say, well, I would like to win. And you can decide how many winners you want. So you can let them all win, and you have a lot of parties.
I love that.
Yeah, so
Yeah, and we do a lot of that in events as well. So like if you're doing a pamper night or an exhibition or something where you're doing a, you can win a free wrap party. And then you're getting more people in a room rather than just giving away a free wrap. You're actually getting 5 or 6 people in a room. And also, like Kinsey said earlier about blitz cards in the toilets, if I go out for a meal or, generally like I've put them in the toilets before, but on my blitz cards I will write, "You are a winner," text my telephone number to find out what you've won. And then they text me back saying winner, and I'll text them back saying, "Hey, congratulations, you won a chin wrap party for you and up to 5 of your friends." And they're curious, they're like, "What's a chin wrap party?" And then they like start going, "Yeah, I've got a bit of thing on my chin, yeah, I can have that wrapped." And I'm like, you can find out all about the other products at the same time. I ring them, and they all laughed at me the other day when I was telling them about chin wrap parties because they are hilarious, and if you've not done one, you have to try one. You cut a wrap up into 6, and if you're going to give away a free wrap anyway, then you're actually going to get the wrap on 6 people. They all sit there with this lovely thing on their chin, and obviously it's not going to stay there unless you wrap them up in something. And so, like, I ended up wrapping them around their heads, and I get them to do a little competition who can make the nicest bow in their hair because it's just a little bit of humour. And so they're all sitting there looking really quite hilarious with this chin wrap on. But the results are always crazy at the end of the party, and I always end up getting wrap sales from it too. So again, we do that as competitions. I get chin wrap parties from leaving blitz cards and people texting winner to me, so you can do that anywhere. And Lizzie, just really quickly, I know when people tell you they can't afford the wrap, you have an answer for that too.
Yes, I had a lot of people that really wanted a party, but they didn't know who to invite, and they said, "Oh, it's all too expensive," and "Oh, well, I don't want to invite people because I'll insult them and say they're fat and everything like that." So when we got the WOW, when we were here last time, we got the WOW, and on the way home I was in the back of the car with Gemma thinking, "Oh, how can I promote this?" So I thought, right, I'm going to have a party at my own house. So I kind of kicked my husband and my daughter out of the house for the evening. My dog was still running around going mad. And so I invited all those people that wanted a party at their house but didn't know who to invite. I invited them around my house, and they could bring anyone they wanted around my house. I had about 14 people in my house. I enrolled about 3 or 4 loyal customers, and I got a distributor out of that as well, and she's sitting in the audience.
Keep them out. Really quickly, you made £200 on that party that you never wanted to do.
Yes.
But you didn't sign any loyal customers and distributors.
No.
But what did you do? Because they all ended up signing up in the end, didn't they? So
Yeah.
talk to us about that.
I did make £200, but I didn't make £200 on the night. So that wasn't a lie, I didn't make the £200. What happened was, I did this party, I didn't want to do, I came home really deflated because nobody bought anything. So there was this one woman sitting in there, like this. "No, it's too expensive. Oh no, that's a load of rubbish. Oh, blah, blah, blah." Like, we always have somebody at a party like that. And so she just kind of took over the whole party and kind of didn't... I could see other people were interested, but she just took over, and everyone was almost a bit embarrassed because, we can talk about really personal things, our bodies and things. So I came away and I said to my husband, "I ain't doing that again. I enjoyed it, but that was a waste of time." So then... all these people lived in my village, so I thought, right, how can I talk to them? So I thought I Facebooked them, and I said, "Thank you so much for coming to the party. Oh, I hope it wasn't too bad. It was my first one. I was really nervous. Let me know if you're interested." Every single person got back to me and bought something off me by that one woman, because that one woman put everybody off because they didn't have the confidence to go, "Actually, do you know what? My body's like that." So again, we deal with a lot of personal things. So if you just then follow up afterwards and do it privately, you're more likely sometimes to make the sale by doing that. Yeah, and that's how I walked away with £200 cash.
I love that. And follow-up's key. Even when you've got an event on Facebook, sharing people's results, that people that actually came, and the people that didn't come are going to want to know more. So our final thing, because Gemma knew everything about the products, she was Dr. Don. And wanting to give everybody the ins and outs of the ingredients and what it did and what it didn't do and everything else. And this is not a health seminar when you go to a wrap party. So Gemma found out the hard way not to do it, but why would you now not do that?
Because you send everyone to sleep. They don't want to know. When I first started, it was kind of encouraged that we should, educate people a lot on the products, and there was a lot of things that you should and shouldn't do, and you should make sure that they don't drink alcohol for 3 days, don't drink coffee for 3 days, eat clean for 3 days, and all this jazz. So basically my parties were not the party pad, as you know, they were me running through those instructions, and one by one, losing them, falling asleep. Oh my God, there's no way that I could do one of those wraps. And that's why I wasn't selling anything. So my top tips, do not turn it into a health seminar. If they want to know about the ingredients or anything to do with it, I have a folder now, and I go, have a look in there. You might find the answer. And then I scoot on to something else. So I literally stick to the party pad now, which doesn't go through the ingredients, it doesn't go through how the wrap actually works in your body.
I love that. I love that. And you know those people that just want to rant on and take over the party and ask you everything about what's in them, what they do, da-da-da-da-da. If you've got your folder with the product sheet in it, go give them the product, because while they're the green people that we always talk about in colour personalities, want to know everything, let them sit there and read while you do the party, because they will not disturb you anymore. So there you go.
Once a lady asked what the ingredients were for WOW, and so I was also talking to someone else, but she asked, and I said, oh, have a look in that folder. And I knew in the back of my mind that I'd just given, at the last party, I'd given someone the ingredients for WOW, so they weren't actually in there. And I was like, just have a look at that, just have a look at that folder. And at the end of the party, she bought some from me.
So they just think they need the detail. Give them the folder and you're well away.
Yeah.
So there's our tips. So I hope you go out and either book yourself wrap parties, chin wrap parties, facial parties, whatever you want to do, but go out and book parties, because you can make a lot of money and sign a lot of people and follow those steps to success. So thank you guys.